Got my new Nathan Drake shirt. Oh, hey, Nathan Drake.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt, but it's the wrong color.
Pretty fancy light you got there, J.J. Abrams. You looking little flareage. Yeah, if you move over with your big ass head, we might be able to see your face more.
Talk about big heads. Look at you, Mr. Steal Somebody's Shirt guy.
Why don't you go find your brother Sam? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess that was a spoiler. Kind of got to wonder what's up with all the toys in this place. Anyway, welcome to Teaser Tuesday. What we're going to do is just ask you what you're into, what you want to see for the next video that we drop. So I was thinking about doing a video on that commercial we talked about where we rented the Master Primes. I wanted to know if you guys would be interested in seeing how we put that commercial together. So this will cover the pre-production, the creative aspects, how we had to approach it, the challenges in the creative, and kind of how we went through the whole process. There's also some really cool footage like yeah, so that is a nice little, you know, my little gimmick of Red versus gh5. Hey, it's zany, Red versus gh5. Anyway, it is pretty cool that that's Red or gh5 footage, and I won't tell you which. Take a guess, go for it. Just wanted to check in and see if that's the kind of content you want. This is much your channel as it is ours, so we want to make sure that we're giving you what you need that helps your business, your identity, your concept, your creativity, everything to help you grow. So throw in the comments if you want to see the breakdown on how we did that commercial. Just let us know in the comments, and if not, I've got another idea. But for now, that's the one I really want to do, and I'll do it anyway at some point, but I'd love to do it this week. It's just, the weight is on your shoulders, really. The weight is on your shoulders. That's my Christopher Walken, and it's terrible. Talk to you soon. All right, so pardon me, I'm not the best at the live broadcast. Welcome to Teaser Tuesday Live. It's not going to be a very long show. It'll be a fairly short show, and my eyes are going to dance around the screen like magic fairies. I have two daughters, so I don't really have any cool, like... They do watch PJ Masks. I could make references to PJ Masks if anyone knows that show. Maybe you don't. Anyway, so I might dance around the screen a little bit, and I apologize for that in advance. It's just, there's like 500 monitors, and there's a delay on all of them. A little convoluted. So first off, for our gh5 fans, we are broadcasting live from the gh5. It is running out of the gh5 into the Shogun, from the Shogun to the little, what is this gimmick called? The Ultra Studio. Into the Ultra Studio, into the laptop, onto YouTube, because YouTube's up on that screen. So anyway, I wanted to test it and see. So what's the purpose of Teaser Tuesday? Well, here's what it is. We just wanted to see, like sometimes we post a video that's very gh5 specific, and obviously we get great traffic and we love the gh5, and clearly we want to talk about it and explore with it and learn from the community, because again, I've said it a billion times and I will forever say it, thank you, because you've taught us more than, you know, I mean, me and Jeff are kind of new to, Jeff has more experience with MFT type stuff and DSLR work than I do, but as we've said in our past, we kind of skipped the DSLR generation. We were XL1 guys, and if you don't know what an XL1 is, you got to go check it out. Like 4.3. Danny Boyle shot a movie on it. What was that movie called? 28 Days Later. Is that right, guys? 28 Days Later. Anyway, so one of the things we wanted to at least do is put content out on the gh5 as we kind of explore it and treat it as we would our Red camera or any other cinema camera. I mean, we shoot Alexa too, so we wanted to explore that space, but sometimes we just wanted to talk about production and things that we've learned that maybe will help you, like the Duvetine episode, right? The infamous Duvetine episode. You know, I can do more content like that, things that we use that are tips and tricks that are real world. These aren't just like gimmick things. Like I've seen other videos where people are like giving you cool gimmick ideas and whatnot, but this was meant to be something for you to, you know, just throw in your kit. It sounds dumb, but I've ended up needing it. And it's one of those weird ones where you're like, dadgummit, I wish I had a piece of Doovie. So we kind of made it policy to have one. We always give PAs. I don't know if anyone saw that comment, but I give a PA or a camera assistant, if it's their first day, I give them a piece of Doovie and make sure they have it for two reasons. One, I think it's important. I really do believe in it. It's a cool little piece to have, and you never know what it's going to benefit down the road. And I lose mine constantly. So for me, there's a benefit of kind of going that route. I'm sorry, looking at the, I got to figure out a better system. So I'm going to, yes, definitely want to see how you did the commercial. Aha! That's cool. So that's where we're kind of going into with this live stream is like, do you guys want to see how we built this commercial? I've gotten permission to show some of it. I can't show the whole thing. I mean, I can show the whole commercial. I can't show all the behind the scenes stuff we have just for some client confidentiality reasons. But we can kind of go over the creative process, how we stitch it together, because it was a little bit insane. So if you guys remember, or if you kind of log back a little bit, we kind of got, not evicted, kind of got moved. Cool clubhouse. We had all these great grandiose plans for a beer fridge and a beer cave and a beer keg. Beer, obviously, being important. They bumped us from that. And the Friday they bumped us, or we came in on a Monday rather, and they were like, hey, we're going to move you guys out of the building completely. We need you out. I was like, okay, well, what's the timeline look like? No, we need you out by Friday, and anything you leave behind is getting chunked. Well, we have like a 2-ton grip package. It's not huge, but a 2-ton grip package has, you know, we have like 3 massive HMIs and a bunch of C-stands and Mambos and the whole game, a bunch of silks. So we had to figure out how to deal with that. So we move all that stuff into storage. That same day, we get a phone call from a client that says, hey, can you guys come over? We want to award you this contract. So we're gross and sweaty. We jump in the shower, drive over separately, in the shower separately, even though together isn't a problem. But for me and Jeff, it would be. So separately. He's very hairy. So we get into the we get in the car, drive over, and suddenly the guy awards it. Well, one of the challenges was because of a series of events I really can't go into, they didn't have a lot of creative. So we were forced to come up with the creative on the fly. And here's the bigger part. Anybody that's been on the creative side, I know all of you guys have. But the craziest thing was the air date was 4 days away. So we had to come up with the creative and prep the air date. So luckily, we were able to push the shoot date and the air date by 3 days. So we got a week. So we had 1 week to put the whole thing together. So we got the primes, we did the lens test, we did everything. But why were we able to do that is kind of interesting to me. And that's what I want to talk about in the breakdown, is showing you how we got there. But what's really cool about it to me is the fact that some people say that's luck. But I don't believe in luck. What I believe luck is really being prepared to jump off a cliff when you need to, and just knowing how you're going to survive it, right? I made my Nathan Drake joke because obviously he's the luckiest guy ever. I don't know if anybody plays Uncharted. I'm a huge Uncharted nerd. I really want to direct that film. Like that, sorry to sidebar. That's like my dream, like more than anything in the world. Please let me, and please for the love of God, let me put Nathan Fillion in. Please, he needs to be Nate. Like there is nobody else for me. So anyway, sorry for the rant. So anyway, we wanted to kind of show that and get lucky. We were lucky because we were prepared. So it's always just about being prepared, and we wanted to show that and showcase it. So if that's something you guys want to see, then tell me in the comments. That's what the live stream's for, part of that. But tell me in the comments. And what else do you want to see? I do want to kind of play with. I am going to go back and look at the panning concept again. If you remember, we had that flaw video that I kind of trolled it a little bit with the title, but it was a flaw. It's pretty annoying. But a couple of things. So I wonder what's going to happen when the update comes out, because that could shift some things based on my understanding of what all's in the codecking. It could, maybe not. I don't totally know, but I'm hopeful, right, that maybe the way it writes the data will be a little bit better. And then 2, I want to hook it up to the Shogun, because the one thing I didn't do in that was have it connected to a Shogun. And one of our subs, and pardon your name, I forgot it. I apologize. We get a lot of comments, but one of our subs pointed out very eloquently that maybe it would work that way. So I wanted to try it and see what would happen if we hooked it up to the Shogun. Would we get the same effect? Is it coming out on the 4K pipeline, so to speak? And if it is, then great. If it isn't, then that's an argument maybe for a Shogun if you're going to end up doing a lot of panning. I hope it gets fixed too, Sound. A big deal to me would be to have it fixed, right? Because I don't do a lot of panning, like, traditional panning, but product-wise, man, we do a ton of panning with product stuff. You're just constantly doing. And the thing that we haven't tested yet that makes me the most nervous, and I don't know if I said this in the episode or not, I don't know if you guys do sliders or dollies, but essentially it could be a major flaw in that too. It could be an issue in those, just depending on how fast of a move you want to do. But I don't want to be hinged on a dolly move being like, oh, you're limited to only this. And I use a lot of circle track, big circle track nerd. So we get those great curve around. I like parallax. I think it looks pretty. Maybe I'm just old school TV. I watched a lot of BBC growing up, like MI5, what they call it over there. It was called Spooks in the BBC, and over here it's called MI5. That was a long rant. Sorry, guys. Anyway, yeah, the fast turnaround. Sorry, I'm checking up on the stuff. All right, so Jay Cokes, let's answer some questions real quick. Jay Cokes, what kind of beer? Come on, man. You know what kind of beer we got. Where is it? There's beer everywhere. Our favorite beer. Oh, Jeff threw away the can. Somewhere there's a can. Hold on. Sorry, I know you're not supposed to really leave the screen. By the way, I am using autofocus. It seems to be holding up. Is it working for you guys? Just tell me in the comments. Anyway, one of our favorite beers is Steal This Can by Lord Humongous Brewing. This, seriously, is my favorite beer of the year. This is the best beer I've come across this year. We found it in Florida on the Tampa job, if you remember that gig. This was a gift given to us. You've seen it in the slow-mo video. Focus. Let's see. Let's see if it'll work. Oh, cover my face. Is it focused? Nope. 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 Okay, oh well. So then this is Grassroots Brewing. Their stuff is out of Vermont, and it's really kind of hard to get your hands on. I'm not going to throw this bottle. So that's what's beer, J. Cokes. Rock star J. Cokes, who always has a witty little zinger. But there's a guy coming after your belt, J. Cokes. There's a fellow that, when I made my Duvetine post, he said, but is it in 4K, which I think is quite comical. Oh, Sean, you just become my pal, buddy. I'm a brown coat through and through, full-on brown coat. Absolutely love it. My phone's ringing on the air. Let's see who it is. Should we take a call from my mom? Let's do it. Hi, Mom. I'm actually broadcasting live on YouTube. I'm going to put you on the air. I'm just kidding. I am broadcasting live. Can I call you back?
Yeah, all I'm calling you to is if you will remind your daddy, once you remind him about tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. I will remind him in the morning. Thank you. All right. Love you too. Okay. Bye. That really was my mom, I promise. She wanted me to call my dad and remind him about something in the morning. We go to a men's group. A bunch of dudes get together, get all primal. We have spears. You know, I'm just kidding. But we do go hang out at a men's group thing. Anyway, I'm a comedian and a video maker. I'm safe. J. Cokes, genius, killing it. Let me backtrack. Autofocus has been mostly good, but a couple of times you waved your hands around. Well, we know I'm going to flop my hands. I'm like a baby seal. We get that. Do you have any tips for using autofocus on running with gh5? I don't yet. We haven't done a whole ton with it. We did throw it on the Steadicam, and what we did was we just went kind of old school where first off, we put a lot of light in it, so we made sure we were shooting at an 8, so our focus. So you're getting buffering, which is a okay, I don't know totally what happened if you lost me. We had an issue there. Hopefully I'm back up. It looks like the same building that wants to kick us out. Their Wi-Fi is now suspect, much like the gh5's autofocus posted by J. Cokes. So I actually have to go to work. I'd actually enjoy doing this, like just sitting here talking. We got to figure up like how we can work this out a little bit better. Do you guys want this as a regular thing? Like, is there a way to do it? Is there a way to throw in interviews? Oh, what about it? Like, would it be, I don't know. YouTube's a weird place. Like, I feel like our community is really positive. And I don't want to put us in a boat where it's like a bunch of negativity coming down the pipeline, but would it be cool if we had content that as a group, as a team, not as a bunch of like, hey, I'm the a-holes. Maybe I'm the a-hole with the channel, but other than that, like we sit down and talk about work. Like if somebody wants to review a piece, if you can, or want to talk about it for constructive criticism, if it can go public, that's the key, right? It can't be something that client hasn't seen it yet. I'd be glad to look at it. I'm sure a community could. Maybe we should build a forum. I don't know. But would you guys like that? Would we like to sit down and talk about like breaking down work from a constructive standpoint? Because if trolls are in it, then I'm not going to do it because I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in tearing anyone down. That's stupid and a waste of time. So far past that in my career, I'm sure you are as well. And frankly, what good does it do? So what if we sit down and like talk about each other's work and kind of look at it? Like I have no shame. Throw it up there and let people say what they're going to say. I know what it took to get there. Maybe if we can really find a way to do it, we'll do like an interview setting it up. Like, so maybe it's a pre-roll interview. I'm making this too complex, but if anybody wants to do this, I think it'd be kind of cool. A pre-roll interview, then we like a little package, news style. I don't have a lot of news experience, though they tried to teach us that in college, but instead we stole a Bolex H16 Rex, which is a film camera. And instead of shooting these news packages, we went and shot these really bizarre short films. I need to find some of those. They're on SVHS. Anybody know that? SVHS, remember that? Anyway, but we could sit down and put it like a little package B-roll and maybe talk about stuff. I don't know, maybe it's good for self-promotion, but for you guys and us, obviously, whatever, it works. Mutually beneficial, that's what matters. But maybe we sit down and do that and we can like come up with some content. I don't know, I just thought it would be cool. I'm gonna read the comments now, so watch the delay. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are down for the constructive criticism. That would be cool, yes. Sorry, mate, I couldn't get your answers. Somehow the stream went off. Oh, sorry, brother. Do you have any tips for using autofocus? Okay, so autofocus, sorry, record. Autofocus on the GH5, we use a proximity focus, which is to say we use distance to help us. If I did do it with the autofocus, I wouldn't bank on it because as we've seen even in this, and I have it with the face recognition and all that stuff, it's not working super great. So what I would do is figure out a way of using proximity focus to kind of adjust your movements that way. So meaning, you know, if you get your f-stop to like an 8, you're not going to get super depth of field, but you're going to have a greater range in which you have focus. So you could move around and control it that way. As far as like being able to push in and do a focus pull, I haven't been able to get it to work, and we tried it on the Steadicam. It just never came through us. So I don't know. I wouldn't go 100% on using it there, but it might work. Might totally work in your favor. You know what the best part is? Now wait a second. Are you renting the Ronin? I'm gonna wait for that to catch up. But if you're renting, hello. If you're, I'm a wascally wabbit. If you're renting the Ronin, it could be, okay, so then that's a little bit more of a challenge. But if you own that Ronin or have access to test it, I know, you know, it is funny. There's a couple of guys on Reddit that made funny jokes about like the GH5 community. We do love to test our camera. We like to put it through its paces. There is no camera more tested than the GH5 in my opinion. So I would suggest that you test it just to see what happens. Maybe it works better. Shameless plug for Jimmy Lumpkin. Maybe it works better in that space. I don't know. I would test it though and check and see if you can break it. In fact, if you want to test it and you don't want to post it directly to your YouTube, send us the stuff and we'll throw it on the live show. You'll be one of the people on the live show if you guys are still down for that. Yeah, I think collaborative content, that's the key. See, that's what's not happening on YouTube. How do we make collaborative content? Actually, what if we could pull that off where we have collaborative content where it's like we shoot a package, like everybody just submits a piece, like I don't know how we do it yet. Maybe it's a lotto, I don't know, but we put some pieces together, whether it's test footage or something else. We package a live show, release it out. So we keep losing the internet. I don't know what's going on, guys. I apologize. I'll figure it out. It's the first broadcast, whatever. Live content, and we just package these great pieces, and then everybody kind of contributes, and then suddenly we have cool stuff. So the live stream gets more views, not just for Craft Show. I mean, I don't care. We can create a new channel if you guys really want. We can all have access to it. Danger with that is then it gets into being like too many directors on set. I mean, I think they're crashing our internet on purpose. I think that's a symbol, a sign, a moment from on high that I should probably wrap it up. So I'm going to bail just because I don't know what's going on with the internet, and I don't want to. That's annoying. It makes me look bad. Makes you look bad. No, it doesn't. It makes you look great. You look amazing, by the way. All of you. You look absolutely fantastic. It's the same script, very generic. It was hard. I already wrote it. It's about 3 pages, so it's 3 minutes, 2 actors, very easy. But it's like same script, single location. But imagine each director's vision and DP's vision and creative's vision on telling the same content. I think that's exciting. I'd totally do that. Maybe we can prep that offline. Let's start a convo. If you guys have questions or want to email me, drew@craftshow.com, CRFTSHO, drew@CRFTSHO. That's where it lands. The signal's getting worse. I'm getting out of here. Thanks for watching. I didn't think we'd have, so many cool people on board. But let's keep talking it through, and then I'll look at the final verdict this afternoon of one of the 2 videos, whatever we're going to post up. I really kind of hope it's the commercial piece, but if not, no big deal. Thanks again. Truly appreciate it. Super humbling. Love all of you guys. I really love this community. It's super awesome. It means something to me. It's become like I'm literally stealing ideas and learning. I hope you're stealing ideas and learning as well. If it's not mutually beneficial, don't do it. Inside Craft Show, Teaser Tuesday. I'm out of here. If I can figure out how to stop I almost said stop recording, but that's not it. So I'm just going to hit the